When you honor somebody for an event, it doesn't say that that person is a saint. I was a student when there was a controversy about a cross. Muslims in the University of Ibadan said that the cross at the chapel, the Anglican chapel, should be removed. But that cross was there in the 40s, 50s, 60s. Abiola joined with the executive secretary of the National Universities Commission at that time, Dr. Aminu, to support the Muslims. That was, I don't think that was a heroic thing. But not everybody has forgotten it. When the Constituent Assembly was sitting in the 1970s, he wanted Sharia in the Western states. Abiola and Fela and Nicola Akpakuti, they are townsmen. Abiola, Obasanjo, Fela, who was the interim? Shoneko. Lot of big people. They come from Abeokuta. But it was known that Abiola was an employee of ITT. But because he was a Nigerian, he was helping the company to get jobs from government. And he imposed himself on the company and became a majority shareholder. Those are not saintly behavior. But on the basis of the election, Abiola was better known than his challenger, the man from Kano. So he easily won. We were here when the election was held. It was not that it was a saintly election. People were maneuvered, you know, money was shared. Even the chairman of SDP at the time, in a book, confessed that they paid money to people to vote for them. But that is how elections have been held in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So there is nothing unique about it. So if the thing is about June 12th election, which takes me back to what I said about Onye Kabi or Sina Madikaria, if the key people who are manipulating these things say that June 12th election is the best election, which means it's better than 2023. I don't know what else you are saying. You have already confessed. And thank God for the Deputy Senate President, Jibrin Barao. He said after Abaribe met him, telling him that he's going to remove a motion, he called Bamidele to discuss it. In other words, there are people who own the country. Let me end to allow this dean on my right to speak. Because after the 2011 election, Tinubu saw the results. It was Jonathan's government that really improved the election system in Nigeria. He looked at the voters register and said, with this voters register, the Northwest and the Southwest can rule Nigeria forever. In other words, it's a turn-by-turn kind of thing. What you had in the Cold War, you know, the principle of spheres of influence is now the turn of Southwest. So nobody should come up except you are sitting over your head. But history has already been made. You know, you cannot cancel June 12th. Anytime you say June 12th, they will say, oh, is that the election? And you must mention Humphery Nwosu. Bear in mind that what you now see as the headquarters of INEC in Abuja, it was Humphery Nwosu that
laid the foundation.
Not just laid the foundation, it was completed. Obasanjo just inaugurated it. It's just that our people are placed down. If you go to Abuja too and see the central bank headquarters, it was Oguma, who was governor of central bank. That awarded the contract and had it fully completed. So, how did McAntony say it at the Caesar's funeral? Let the world hear what has happened.
So let's you know, have your views as